Welcome back to the channel, everyone. All you DIY car guys and car girls out there. I got some good news and bad news. Let me break it down for you. The good news is the 400 is in the S10. The bad news is we have a problem. Started basically on the first hit, everything was working great. The oil pressure was good. The temperature was cooling excellent. So I said, you know what? Let's go out and seat the rings. And the way I seat the rings is you go out, you kind of goose a little bit and you let off. Goose a little bit and let off, because you got to put a load in those rings to seat them to the cylinder. You don't want to have excess idle time on a brand new motor. Going good. I tell you, the motor has a lot of grunt down low, and then got about a mile from the house. On my way back, check everything out, and I heard this noise. So after that, I was like, man, it's coming directly from the timing cover. It sounds just like that aluminum squeak. At first, when I was coming back, I thought it might have been a lifter, but lifters aren't intermittent like that. I was like, that's a weird sound. I thought it might have been the flex plate, but you can clearly hear it coming from the timing cover. So this is a Cloyes timing cover. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And you can pop off the middle section, and you can see right there into the timing assembly. I want to see if I can't find anything, and I discovered exactly what the problem was. So what happened was we had a cam button failure. Now, luckily, the way these Cloyes timing covers are set up, these are quick buttons. So the trunnion area right here sits like this in the pocket of the cam, like this. So luckily, the front piece right here is how you set it. You basically have a little set screw, you screw it in and you back it off, and that gives you your in play. That's the instructions it is for when you set it up. Like I said, I did not set this up. The machine shop set this up, so I'm pretty confident that the builder's a really good builder, and I know he set the in play up correctly. So we're trying to figure out why that would happen, what was the issue. The only thing I could think of is possibly right here. If you look right here, you can see on the inside of this guy, it is definitely, polished up. So all I can guess was that when the motor heated up and this plate went around it like this, it probably just seized this guy up, and then it was turning, and it just sheared the little bolt off right here that goes into the front of that plate. And that's, like I said, you kind of screw that in, and that's how you adjust the cam from moving back and forth on your in play. But luckily, all the metal from this guy, since this sits inside here, it was definitely kept in that. Nothing fell out. I vacuumed it out. So I'm fairly confident that there's no metal in the motor. So here's the plan. I am now scared to put any mechanical buttons in this guy, roller buttons, whatever. Now, the one I had on my small block Chevy, it goes in there, and the trunnion bearing is sitting outside, so that probably would have been fine, because all the lubrication sling off the cam just drops down directly on that. So I think that this button probably would have been fine if this plate wasn't on there. That's my best guess. But I'm not going to take any chances of anything getting destroyed again in the motor. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go with a nylon button. Now, the problem about that is it's really hard to figure out your in play when the motor's assembled like this. You really need to get there and you put a mic on it and you move the cam back and forth and all that good stuff. But the cam builder had a good idea. He kind of wanted me to pull all this apart and do it, but I am definitely not going to do that. If I got to do that, this whole damn thing is coming out. That's all I got to say. So this is what I did. Here is the cover. We're going to use a nylon button because you can shave those down. I basically just put a bolt in this end, and this is where the button will rest against, and I polished that section really good so it's a shine. And I put a V right here, so as the oil drains down, it'll promote oil directly down where the button's going to hit, because that nylon button goes in there and it turns with the cam, and the only place that's going to have friction is right there when your cam comes in and out and it taps this timing cover. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put some dye right here, and I'm going to put the button in there, and I'll get it so it's pretty much flush like that. And then I can turn this like so. I can put a wrench on it. Let me get a wrench real quick here. Just big enough. Yeah, I can turn it like so. Like that. And then I will remove it. And then I'm going to look right here. And when that die starts to barely hit in the middle there, where it starts to rub it off, I know I'm pretty good. Now I'm going to pull the button out, put a mic on it, and then I'm going to shave about, 5 thousandths down on it. So that should be a good amount of in play. You want just a very little. But I guess the good news about this, since this easily comes off, the only sucky part is you have to pull the water pump off to get to this. So the good thing about this is I can drive it around after I find out my measurement. I can drive it around, pull this off, and then I can see how quickly that button is wearing. And if it's not wearing at all, after I pull it off a couple of times, I know we're probably gonna be good. And not only that, but those buttons are like $9 a button. I can make a couple of them. So if I need to change them out from wear, I can do that very quickly with this. So that is the goal right now, to get this guy back on the street. So I have those buttons coming in tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll get those guys and put them on, make another video. We'll start her up and we'll go for a ring seating. So that's where I am right now. And of course that video won't be out tomorrow because I am slammed with work, but I will get it out as soon as possible so you guys can see the progress. It's either gonna work or it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna pull the whole damn motor out because there's no way to put a different cover on and a different button, that'll work with that work with the original comp cams roller buttons. That won't work with this timing cover because I can't get enough clearance in there. I've already measured it. It's not going to happen with this cover. But the nylon button, I can definitely shave to fit perfectly in there. So hopefully the nylon button works. If not, I got to pull the whole thing out and I'll take the intake off and reset it up for one of those roller buttons. But in the meantime, we're going to try that just to see. Hopefully it'll work out good and we'll be a-okay, good to go. It's always something with these motors, guys. That's all I got to say. And I'm excited to get this thing running and so I can really stab at it, but we got to make sure that's working right. So that's all I got today on this motor. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. And you guys keep on wrenching and better luck with your motor because I'm not having good luck right now.